What is up, my fellow HHN obsessies, and welcome to the HHN Obsession Podcast, where we talk about all things HHN and obsess together over this amazing event. I am your host, JJ. With me, as always, the co-ghost, James.
Ooh, James here. And I got Ghost of the Day, a bunch of birthdays. So happy birthday to the Kid Leroy. Happy birthday to Lil Pump. Lots of rappers. Happy birthday to Ray Little Black, Austin Butler, Robert De Niro, Phoebe Bridgers, Donnie Wahlberg, Davy Crockett, and Sean Penn. Happy birthday. Davy Crockett, hey, that's pretty cool. Remember the Alamo.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody. We are so close to HHN34 being in our grasp. So close to walking into that fog. We are just about 2 weeks away as of this recording. 2 weeks away from the opening. It's surreal that we're already here. I think time is flying by so much. But with us getting a little closer, more details have dropped that I really wanted to get back on here and do another episode of discussing some stuff. And we also have a couple of side news, like Universal news to discuss real quick. But mostly this will cover some more HHN topics that they have revealed for some of the houses and for some of the event via Darren Scott's magazine article that he has put out. Darren Scott
I remember him.
Yeah, Darren Scott is back with some info. He released his article, and also Universal has dropped some stuff in their own article. And also just tonight in LA, John Murdy and Michael Aiello did a panel at Midsummer Scream, which is a convention over there. And they dropped a few more details, mostly of the Terrifier house, but a couple of other stuff that I'll also kind of just throw in there. But here's the thing with this episode. If you do not want to know specific details about the event or the houses, you should not listen to this because it is kind of spoilerish, but all the info that we're going to talk about is official. It is not leaked. It is coming from the HHN officials. So just putting that out there. If you don't want to know specific details.
Yeah, but if you're lazy and you don't care, like here it is all gathered. You know, it's pretty nice.
But this info is very interesting, and it just adds to the hype this year. I was not expecting to do another episode on this stuff, but here we are. I was expecting to just straight up do, the hype episode and then the food episode, but excited to get into what's been said. But
dude, my hype episode is only food.
The food episode is fun, and I know that's your favorite. And we will get to that, but the food isn't out quite yet. It should be coming very soon, within this coming week or next week. So first things first, I want to say thank you to everybody that listened to our guide episode. As of this recording, I have not put out the hype episode yet, so I have no idea how that's going to do. But our guide episode shot to the number one most listened episode of our podcast, and it's still climbing, but like by a long shot from the number 2 episode. So to everybody that listened to it, thank you. It seems maybe that these were just kind of one-off people coming to check it out. So if you liked it, please, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and all our social media pages as well to keep up to date with all the future episodes. We'd love to have you stay.
Yeah, particularly, I mean, it's nice if you stay. Like, dang it. Oh, what I was going to say went away, but yeah, the trend seems to be that people come for the info and they go, but we welcome y'all. So if you want to stick around. So.
Yeah. And what he means by that is our previous guide episode from last year was number 1 for almost a whole year. So it kind of did the same thing. So it could be people just coming to check out the guide and see all the information all at once and then bouncing. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, we peak when they take a peek. And then we hang out, and then we get another peek. We're peeking right now. Hey.
Today, as of this recording, it was also the final day for Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. It has done its farewell tour, its farewell show. I am going to miss that ride because it's very nostalgic to me personally, because I think it was the second thing I rode ever at Universal on our first trip. I literally think I did it in order. I did Despicable Me first up front, and then just went to Rip Ride Rocket because it was the next thing. So like I always remember it being super early morning and getting on that first ride. I'm pretty sure the first song I ever picked for that ride was "Rollin'" by Limp Bizkit, because I thought it would be fitting for a roller coaster.
Dude, I can't remember mine. I remember I went to the secret menu a few times, but I forget what was on there.
Which was still activated, I found out. Like, oh, really? I thought I had tried it the last time we rode it, and it wasn't working for me, so I guess I wasn't pressing the logo right or something. Apparently, the hundreds of songs on the secret menu were still on there.
Dang, well, I remember I tried country a few times. That was weird.
Yeah. Songs. But my biggest thing is it's been part of just HHN and Universal in general. Like it's part of the skyline, and it's part of the ambiance for me for Halloween Horror Nights, because you always see those blinking lights like flying through the air basically, and hearing people scream as you literally are waiting in line because you go right under it.
Dude, and it functions like Chick-fil-A. You know, they always got 2 going at any given time. Like, it's pretty efficient, the thing.
Nice.
I mean, it was.
Yes.
But hashtag rest in peace, because no one said rest in peace to the Rip Ride Rocket, obviously.
Yeah, rest in peace, Rocket. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to miss the steepness, if of anything. Like,
dude, yeah. that crazy lift, the crazy lift
vertical
hill. Yeah. But it wasn't a very old ride compared to a lot of other stuff that's still at the park. It opened in 2009. It's not really that long ago, but it was a very rough ride. I think it didn't age well. I think the track was just, it wore down or something. It was a really rough ride. Like the very last time I rode the ride, it was rough. It hurt.
That's the charm of roller coasters. As they age, they get rougher.
Here's the thing though. We're probably going to get a way better roller coaster in its place.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Like the Ghostbusters rumor has now kind of gone away. So it seems like it is going to be a Fast and Furious coaster, the same type that is opening in Hollywood. And I'm totally fine with that, because it's going to be our own separate layout. It's not going to be the same layout as Hollywood if it is Fast and Furious.
Ooh, I know. We're the torpedo, right?
But what's cool is it's a drift coaster. So like the cars are actual like muscle cars from Fast and Furious, and they rotate as you're on the track. So it's like they're actually drifting as you're on the track. Does that make sense?
And then surprise, they transform. It's Transformers crossover. Can you imagine they did a crossover ride? That'd be pretty sweet.
And would never happen, but yes, it would be cool.
Well, I was picturing like, what's roller coaster shaped? I was thinking, torpedo will be the torpedo on ice. But now we're being cars. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be a car, sure. I guess. Fast and Furious.
Well, rest in peace, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. It will be missed, but I look forward to seeing what's in the near future. They've already started laying the ground for the next roller coaster, so it's definitely going to be an interesting year at Horror Nights because of the construction of this or deconstruction. There is no telling what the lines and the queues are going to be like this year. It's definitely going to be a very different layout for this year. We shall see what happens. The next thing I want to talk about is some new information that we got about Volcano Bay, actually. And it's a little interesting. So, James, I don't know if you heard about this, but since the summer, I believe, the past couple of months, they've been doing something called Volcano Bay Nights. And it's only once a week. I think it's Friday nights. I have the article in front of me. We'll read it here in a sec. But for the past couple of months, they've been doing Volcano Bay Nights once a week on Fridays. And I guess it was popular enough for them to extend it, because it was only supposed to go till this month, I believe, till August. And they have now extended it to the end of October.
Is that scary, or is it just at night?
Yeah, it's just you get to experience Volcano Bay at night with less people, basically. Because usually Volcano Bay closes kind of early, and it never really gets to you never get to experience the night light package, like the pretty, how well it's lit, and get to swim at night and stuff. So I think that's the main thing. And I think there's food involved with the ticket as well. Let me pull up the article because there's all the information we need here. So this is actually from Inside Universal's website. It's their article about it. So this is the title of the article. Scooby-Doo and the Gang joining Volcano Bay Nights. Tickets on sale now. What? Universal Orlando has shared more details of the just-announced return of Volcano Bay Nights, including all new fun with Scooby-Doo and the Gang as they confront villains within the park. Can you say Spooky Island, James?
Oh my gosh, Spooky Island. Spooky Island for real and in real life.
Running cool. Friday nights from September 5th to October 31st. Guests will enjoy After Dark access to the water theme park with access beginning at 4 p.m. The exclusive limited capacity event officially takes place from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. So you can get into the park, but all the extra events that happen are going to start at 7 to 11. Throughout the evening, guests will enjoy lower wait times at their favorite attractions, and they list all the attractions.
Dude, keep your eyes peeled for James Gunn, right? He's going to want to visit his movies.
Right. Live entertainment throughout the park, including a beach bash on Waturi Beach featuring a live DJ and photo ops with the iconic Mystery Machine and popular characters Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, Velma, Fred, and Daphne, along with some of the villains from the animated series, including the Ghost Clown.
Oh, no way.
That's a new character that's never come to Universal, is the Ghost Clown from Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, specifically from, I think, Scooby-Doo 2. That's interesting.
It's actually from the original animated show from the 60s.
No way. Oh, cool.
Yeah, the Ghost Clown. But yes, I believe they put it in part 2 of the Scooby-Doo movie. If I remember
it was
correctly.
the opening scene, the first guy.
Oh, no, not that Ghost Clown. No.
Oh, different?
Let me show you a picture of...
Because I know that thing didn't exist until it was just specific to the movies. So that would be very specific. Oh, okay. This guy.
Yeah, that's the Ghost Clown from Scooby-Doo. But it also
says... the gang's going to be in swimsuits, huh? They're going to be in the water park.
Yeah, and trunks and stuff. Dude,
yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen the original show or if you remember it at all.
I on loop, I would watch those.
Yeah, okay, so... Do you remember the goofy dances that they would just move back and forth?
Yeah.
Imagine they're doing that on the beach, because there is
gosh.
episodes of them doing that while they're on the beach.
Yeah, dude.
But it says cool. Along with some of the villains, plural. But the only one they listed is Ghost Clown, so there is going to be other ones.
Well, obviously the diver, right? It's water themed. They gotta
yeah, that's true. That's the episode I'm talking about where they're dancing on the beach all goofy. It also says complimentary snacks are included, like churro bites with mango or chocolate dipping sauce and golden pineapple and coconut popcorn. Guests can also choose from more than 100 drink choices and enjoy refills throughout the event with Coca-Cola beverages. That's just talking about the freestyle machines.
Dude, keep them away from Shaggy and Scoob. Right.
Additional specialty menu items available for purchase at Kahola Reef Restaurant and Social Club. I'm sorry, I'm butchering these names. Coca Poroca Ice Cream Kona and select snack stands. Guests can also purchase delicious Volcano Bay fare from Dancing Dragons Boat Bar. Wakahakawee Eats, Kanuka Boat Bar, and the Feasting Frog.
Hey, I want to chime in just real quick. The Spooky Island was the fictional theme park from the James Gunn live-action Scooby-Doo movies, just for context.
That's true. Just for context, if you don't know, the first Scooby-Doo live-action movie, they go to Spooky Island, which is a whole separate, it's like a whole made-up theme park on an island. But this is very Spooky Island themed.
Yeah, and they're turning the real theme park into Scooby-Doo theme. It's very reminiscent. It's cool.
Tickets for Volcano Bay Nights are available for purchase starting today for $99. Plus tax per person, and standard self-parking is included in the price of admission for the event. Universal Orlando pass holders receive a 10% discount off of the ticketed price of the experience with a valid annual or seasonal pass with a valid photo ID. Guests can also upgrade their experience by reserving a private cabana for the event starting at $279.99. Private cabanas must be booked at the concierge huts on the event day and are available on first come, first served basis. For additional information about Volcano Bay Nights and to purchase tickets, visit their website. So $99 is kind of steep. When you think about it, I believe the cheapest price for a single night at Halloween Horror Nights is $89. Of course, that's not every night, but on the cheapest nights of Horror Nights, you can buy a night ticket for, I believe it's $89. I could be wrong, but $99 is a little steep. However, it comes with parking, and Horror Nights doesn't do that. Parking is like $25, so I guess that pretty much covers.
And I heard a food perk in there.
Oh yeah, complimentary food. Okay, I guess it does make sense. You're right. So they include extra stuff to make up for the price. So yeah, but it's going on at the same time as Halloween Horror Nights. It starts September 5th. So yeah, the week after Horror Nights starts and it ends on Halloween. I don't know. It's a cool new thing that they started doing this year.
It is kind of interesting that it overlaps. A little weird.
Well, I don't think it planned to. I think it's just it was successful enough because they only do it once a week, so that also makes sense. Like, I think if they were to spread it out with more days, it probably wouldn't be as popular. But I think they just had in mind the Halloween season, Spooky Island, Scooby Doo. I mean, they own the theme park characters. Why not? You know?
Yeah, it is. It's a cool option for people who. I mean, the audience that is going to be staying later out is already here. Mm-hmm. So it's cool to have the option. Like maybe people are doing nonstop horror nights and they want to go swimming, you know?
What do you think, James? You want to make a trip to Volcano Bay Nights?
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I don't know. It depends how much we're getting done with the main course, but I wouldn't be against it. Yeah, I love water parks. I mean, I'm cool just floating around in whatever hotel pool we got, but a whole water park, sure.
Yeah, if there's enough time and if we have some change to spare, I feel like it would be cool to check it out and do a quick report on it in between our review episode, you know?
Yeah, I know you're the diehard Scoober, but like
I am. I love Scooby Doo.
But I mean, me too. A little. I mean, I had the thermos and the lunchbox, and dude, just the bright colors of Scooby Doo does something to my nostalgia brain. It like cuts to the little core of my brain nut. And it's just the vibrant lime green and the purple and the orange. That's like ingrained in me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's neat. We've only been to Volcano Bay once, and that was our very first year in 2017 of going to Universal. To me, it was kind of just a one-time visit because if I'm going all the way to Florida because I'm not local to go to Universal, I would rather spend time at Universal than a water park. It is the best themed water park I've ever seen. I do think it's probably the best water park in the nation, but it's a water park. But
yeah, this priorities.
But this event, it does definitely add to it, and the fact that you can experience the water park at night and see it all lit up at night and swim at night and see Scooby-Doo characters. Yeah. So it's like,
it is a much bigger sell than just water park. Now it's like this occasion. It's this event kind of limited thing.
One quick drop of random news. Moving back to Universal Park. So you know the brand new tents. Do you remember how the queue was set up? How it was kind of like this big open parking lot, and it just had these really skinny stanchions through it, and just no shade, no covering at all. Just pure sun, yes. And if it was pouring rain, you just got wet. Well, they have built a giant tent over that queue, and it is now covered from the sun and the rain.
Oh, nice. A roof, a canopy.
Again, I think they have listened to what people said last year. Like, they heard all the complaints, all the reviews, and they were like, okay, people did not like the fact that it was just in the straight sun, and they got soaked during rains when it rains almost every day. Let's cover that queue up. So again, this year just seems like they really wanted to improve.
You know what happened? of all the years, last year they did the undercover boss deal.
Oh,
You imagine like the higher ups, they went to like, okay, let's go on the ground level, see what the people experience. And it was last year of all years.
oof, that would be bad. That
Sorry,
might
guys.
that might have been what happened. You never know. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
not
gotta
undercover
test the
boss per
product
se,
sometimes.
not an actual undercover boss per se, but like, what if like a like higher up executive of like Universal like actually witnessed?
Yeah, go test the product. Definitely.
Anywho, that's just a little update that has happened that I wanted to get out of the way. Now, next up, the next thing I'd like to talk about and confess and admit to that I was very, very wrong. And I will admit that I was very, very wrong. I'll flat out say it.
Yes. Wait, about what? Hold
The
on.
Tribute Store is not going in its usual place. It is, in fact, going into the arcade and the Mummy Ride gift shop.
Okay, like, so they're taking a both? Like a half and half deal?
Well,
Or
it's
just next to the
connected.
mummy?
It's connected. There's a walkway that goes in between the Mummy gift shop and the arcade. They are connected on the inside.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be one thing.
Oh, interesting.
But I was so certain that wasn't going to happen because it's a very small space compared to the other, especially if the Mummy Ride is open and people are still exiting through there.
Well,
Like,
that's also guaranteed traffic, which
it
is
is
maybe what
guaranteed traffic.
they don't want it dead, you know?
Or they're going to route the exit somewhere else. Like there could be a separate door that they could make them exit through.
Yeah.
That could very well be a possibility. So the actual tribute store doesn't get, completely packed. But the rumors were true. What everybody was thinking, the original place is not happening this year because of the construction of the new roller coaster. The construction walls are very close to where the usual entrance is. So it is a little different this year. So no Five Nights at Freddy's experience, separate experience in there. It is weird that they didn't put the tribute store in Hollywood because, there was that whole separate summer tribute store over there that they've used. Mm-hmm. But now, currently, they have a discount store taking up that space. I don't know why they wouldn't, make that go away and put the tribute store over there. But I don't know. Maybe they have something up their sleeve. Maybe there is extra room in there that we do not know about. So Universal did put out some information about it. The thing is, they're still saying, I think it was Darren Scott that said it. Darren Scott's article says it's going to be the biggest tribute store yet. So either that's kind of not true or something changed last minute, or it is true and there's just a lot of space in there that we don't know about, like behind the arcade maybe.
Yeah, they do have those big basketball shooters that take up a lot of space. They could be roomier than we give it credit for.
Okay, so this comes from an article from Universal. Beginning August 26th at Universal Orlando Resort, guests can step into the remains of the abandoned Museum of Antiquities in this year's all-new Halloween Horror Nights tribute store, which will take over the Sahara Trader store, which is the Mummy gift shop, and the arcade in the New York area of Universal Studios Florida. Guests will enter the highly themed retail space through the main atrium of the museum and venture into the decrepit exhibit halls where an ancient evil was once unleashed and may still be lurking in the shadows while shopping for the latest Halloween Horror Nights merchandise. Plus, beyond the haunted house-inspired merchandise, Universal Orlando is expanding its fan-favorite lineup to celebrate the beloved Lil Boo and the retro vibes of Mel's Die-In, with fresh items available at the Universal Studios store locations in the park and Universal City Walk. So, yeah, it is official. It is going in there. What do you think about this? Like, I don't know.
Miss the I Spies. I miss the look for me. I'm hiding the little Boo. That was cool.
I mean, they'll probably still do that this year.
Oh, I hope so.
So there was a rumor going around. I don't know where I read it. I think it was the forums that there was talk of the designers of the tribute store were creating something along the lines of like a Target store layout, like open air.
Oh, they're taking notes from Omega Mart in Las Vegas, the fake supermarket. That's pretty cool.
Maybe. So that's what this could be. Is it'll just be a big open store. Like it'll be the main Mummy gift shop with all the Horror Nights merch in it, and then also a separate big room where the arcade is.
I'm for it. I'm into it. I was on board when you were thinking, they probably wouldn't do it. I was like, that's inventive a little bit, and I think it's a little bit roomy. I mean, on its own already, but then plus you got the elbow room of the Mummy store, the what do you call it, Sahara, whatever. I don't know. I want to check it out.
All the merchandise that they've released so far for Horror Nights, they've been slowly dropping a lot of merchandise, like the official ones, not the preview stuff. Like they're officially dropping them already, and there's so much good stuff this year, dude. One of my favorites is actually the artist series that they're doing this year, where where 4 artists get together and make one artwork, and it's El Artista related. It has 4 paintings of what's supposedly his paintings.
Hey, but last year it was 3, right? The signature series, it was split in 3.
I thought it was 4.
Oh, was it?
It was the major. It was
signs.
the major suites one. Well, maybe
Yeah,
it was.
I'm pretty
3.
sure it was 3.
Yeah, maybe it was 3.
Yeah, so that's interesting to me that there's 4 this year. I wonder if next year it'll be 5. For 35.
They keep adding on. Also, funny enough, this is the 5th anniversary of the artist series, and that's on the little sleeve.
Yes.
Of the shirt.
Yeah, I got the Frankenstein one. I love it. Dude, well, the more the merrier. That'd be a cool trend that every year we get more artist space. That's a awesome trend. Oh, I love these.
That's the shirt I'm talking about. This is the artist series. This is the El Artista shirt.
Sick.
I love it. And then there's also
self-portraits. Burn you, artists.
There is also a Scare Zone shirt that is really nice. This is the artwork that's on the Scare Zone shirt.
Ooh, dude, whoever drew that self-portrait. Burn. Got you. I love it. Dude, the red highlights and accents. That's nice. I'm usually really, picky with the artists. These are looking good.
Yeah, like I said, there's some great merchandise this year. This is the Terrifier shirt. Also, some artwork done.
Oh, painterly. Very detailed.
The shirts this year are so good, and they haven't released the house shirt yet. So,
dude, y'all are signature artists for a reason. That's nice. I like that one. That's poppy.
There's a random Blumhouse one that everyone's like, "Why? Why is that here?"
Does it suck? Is it design bad? A little flat.
Like Blumhouse isn't here this year. Besides, Five Nights at Freddy's is Blumhouse, I guess, but as itself, it's not.
Yeah, that would be like for last year, right? All their little platforms.
But dude, look, they have a Terrifier ugly Christmas sweater.
Oh yes, dude. They're stepping it up.
They really are. Lots of great merch so far. So they also have a line of merch this year that is a character from Halloween Horror Nights Japan. It's apparently huge over there, but it's an original character that Horror Nights created over there, and they're bringing it over here to see how it does. Nobody knows if this character is going to be an actual meet and greet character, but for sure the merch is coming over here. You would think if they're going to sell the merch, there would be some kind of character trying to promote it, but this is the character.
Ooh, yikes. Teddy scares or what? Hey, meet and greet, more like meet and delete. That thing's gonna delete you. Ooh. Someone call your piñata.
Like, that's a great teddy bear. I'd buy that. I'd definitely buy that.
Well, it looks like an easy enough fabrication to walk around in.
Yeah.
Inflatable even.
So I'll read this real quick. What began as an original character developed for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Japan, Hamikuma has quickly turned into a staple of the event since its 2021 debut. So this is their little boo, probably.
Staple. How about you staple your eyeball?
Over the past 4 years, Hamikuma has grown from a single character to a social media icon and is known for his unique blend of cuteness and grotesque horror A-style popular in Japan called Koakawa, meaning scary cute.
Emphasis on icon because he has a droopy eye.
Well,
bring him on.
Next month in early September, the character will expand internationally, making his debut at Universal Orlando Resort, Universal Studios Hollywood, and Universal Studios Beijing via new merchandise collections, including a popcorn bucket featuring adorably creepy phrases, plush headwear, and much more. Stay tuned for more details regarding Hamikuma coming stateside. You never know where he'll pop up. So there you go. He may actually be a roaming character somewhere.
Yeah, there it is in the subtext.
That's fun, man. That's fun. So,
Yeah.
for people that are listening, he's basically, he looks like a teddy bear that's been completely obliterated. He's got an eye hanging out. He's got very long claws, and he's got a slice in his belly with guts hanging out. But his guts are like candy and like colorful beads and stuff.
Pinata.
What is a pinata anyway?
I'm a donkey on the edge.
But yeah,
oh,
so
hey, merchandise. Money.
merch, man. It looks like they're stepping up the merch game too this year. They're stepping everything up for 34, and it's really cool. It really is.
La Boo Boo, more like La Hoo Hoo. La Boo Boo Hoo. We got our own La Boo Boo. It's a scary teddy bear. Get ready for the crossovers. I mean, we got Hello Kitty and what's it, Chucky. We're gonna have La Boo Boo and this thing. It's the next crossover. That's on the bingo card. You know, as far as predictions go, sometimes we got them. Crossovers.
All right, James, let's get into the meat of this, the meaty meats of this.
All right, so far, what? Just crumbs? It's onto morsels?
There was little crumbs there. There was little crumbs. Now we're going to get to Darren Scott's.
All right.
Darren Scott's article.
Shout out.
That he put out, which I did purchase the physical magazine. It's coming from the UK, so it's going to get here in like 3 weeks, but I did order the actual magazine. So shout out Darren Scott. Thank you for giving us all this information.
Darren Scott
makes it very fun and brings up the hype for us. So let me pull up this article. Oh wait, this is a separate. I forgot about this article. Hold on a second. Okay, I lied. I'm going to read a separate article first, and then we'll get to Darren Scott's stuff.
No,
I think
fine.
Should I do it that way, or should I do this one last? I feel like his stuff is going to have more information that's exciting versus this one. Let's do Darren Scott's. Let's do Darren Scott's, and this will just be some extra stuff.
All right.
So I won't read the whole article. I don't think. I think I'll kind of just give the best pieces of it, but I'll do the intro of it. So it's called Slash Symbol is the name of the article. Spooky season is just days away from the world's #1 Halloween event when Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights opens those gothic gates for its 34th year. This year's Orlando lineup includes 10 haunted houses, 4 scare zones, 2 street entertainment areas, 2 live shows, a horror nightclub themed around a witch's coven, which is Dead Coconut Club this year.
Oh.
It's called Coven with a K. Koven.
So witches.
It's going to be, a witch's coven bar this year at Dead Coconut Club. So we're definitely going to have to check that out.
Dude, I'm going to boogie with some witches. We're going to boogie.
So he says, deep breath. There's also a tribute store that's bigger than ever before. A new series of podcasts, Halloween-inspired food, daytime lights-on house tours, and that's still not all. So he says, actually, this is a quote from Laura Sauls. A lot has changed this year. You're going to feel it in the scare zones and all around the park. It's more immersive. Laura Sauls, one of the creative team members at Universal, tells Red Alert about the after-hours event that transforms the theme park. Our houses have upped their game in technology, but this year you're going to feel Halloween everywhere you go. Sauls notes that there'll be additional street entertainment included, including zombie car hops at a diner. 2 will be on roller skates. So not all of them is going to be on roller skates. So she said 2 of them, which makes sense. I feel like if there was a whole bunch of them with the amount of crowd and stuff, that could be kind of dangerous. So 2 makes sense. But at the same time, there's still going to be other car hops walking around, we had
a buttload of Megans. Like, what's the
true.
harm in a bunch of wheelies? But hey, I kind of like it this way because that tells me they're going to be individual characters, like specific to the. They're going to be a specific part of them, the skates.
There you go.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
So she also says that there will be enhanced fog this year, and people have noticed there is different fog machines that have been put out in the streets already. They're like big upgraded things,
That's a big detail.
which is interesting. I don't know what that means, enhanced fog, because let's say like Central Park, I think the fog was overboard in there like last year or even the year before.
Hey, they're spiking the fog. They're putting booze in the fog juice or something else.
That's funny. She says scenic and light effects will also be kind of, their game will be upped this year. And roaming chainsaw hordes.
Dude, budget.
But I don't know if you heard that plural S at the end. Roaming chainsaw hordes.
Dude, what if they're warring?
Listen.
What if there's like...
Just hear me out for a second.
All right, wait.
What if they did the most beautiful thing ever and put chainsaws back in Simpsons this year? Wouldn't that be the most complete thing? That's like the last cherry on top of this perfect sounding year would be
tie it
chainsaws
all
back
together,
in Simpsons.
Full circle back to the start, just how it used to be. That would be probably too good to be true, right?
Well,
that's like everything on the list.
There's going to be chainsaw hordes. Will they be back in Simpsons? I don't know, but I will say in the London area, not Diagon Alley, but the London front, on the Muggle side of it, I guess.
The fountain and phone booth and
right.
bus.
So there's that main walkway in front of the London front. However, there's kind of a walkway that goes around that kind of hugs the water a little bit. It's kind of like a shortcut. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. So that walkway has fog machines and lights there right now. There's never anything there. I think that's where one of the chainsaw hordes is going to be. That area is always kind of empty. So if it's not a chainsaw horde, my guess is it would be the Death Eaters just roaming outside of Diagon Alley. Maybe that's a possibility. I don't know why they wouldn't be on the main drag though. So that's why I'm guessing maybe it's a chainsaw horde that's going to be on that shortcut path.
Yeah, that could be a place. I mean, alternately, the whatever Harry Potter stuff seeping into London, that's not untrue to the books, and maybe they like little crevices, little corners, right? They live in Diagon Alley. Here's another creepy shortcut. They're gonna hang out there. It's just there.
I'm skeptical about it being the Death Eaters being way over there, but we'll see. Something is going there for sure, unless they're just randomly going to fog up that area just to walk through. I don't know.
Chainsaws versus Death Eaters versus chainsaws. I want there to be a king of the chainsaw.
There's just so much great stuff that they're doing this year and bringing stuff back and making it plussed and just making it just great. And if they put them back in Simpsons, I will be so happy. I think it will be the best year. Oh man, I hope.
I'm sure there's other people nostalgic for the chainsaw hordes. They would be listening to people. I mean, they've been listening to people. It's not out of the realm of possibilities that they put them back there. That could be a thing.
Okay, so she says, she mentioned the lighting effect. She mentioned the roaming chainsaw hordes. And then she says, and characters where people may not expect them. Whatever that means.
Okay.
Oh, and a party zone called Club Horror with a DJ and dancers in full macabre makeup. Now, they have added a little, it's like a trailer. It's almost like a food trailer. It looks like that, but it's not. It says Club Horror big on the side, and it has spouts for booze on both sides of it.
Bunch of spigots. That's interesting.
Yeah. So that's a new...
So entry fee, and then it's open refills.
I don't think it's going to be free refills. People will get wasted. So
right.
I just think it's a one-time, like, go fill it up, and then I'm not sure. So She says, we're really trying to ramp up what we have in the scare zones. We're really trying to impact the entire park. And she is not lying, dude. I've seen pictures of these scare zones, what they're going to be this year. They are way more detailed than they have ever been in previous years, especially two of the zones. One being the entrance zone. That's fully back. They have put literally, we are walking into the conservatory when we walk into that first zone. Like, that is what's happening. It is going to feel like the entire event is the conservatory when we walk into that zone. And it's so great because it is starting at that crossroads where what did you call it? I always forget.
The square zone.
It starts at the square zone, but it keeps going all the way down to where it used to be and ends at the end of Minion Land. So it is super, super long down that walkway. It's a big zone. Huge.
That's better.
It's never been that big before. Like when it was back in where Minion Land is now, covering that area, it was never
even right long. Before that, before Minions, introduced that gap.
Yeah. When it was Shrek, it was just in front of Shrek, and then they moved it closer to the entrance. But now it's both areas. Like, it's completely that whole street.
Dang.
Yeah. And at the very end of the street, so there is statues that are covered by sheets and tarps right now. One of the statues is in the shape of a chainsaw, and it has a little point at the top of it.
Wait, what do you mean point? There's a point at the top.
I don't know. Should I say what everybody's thinking it is? Or should we just...
I don't know.
The shape is very obvious what the statue is. But I'll wait. I think I'll wait. We'll just see.
Chainsaw Man.
No, it's one of the IPs.
Oh, it's a Terrifier. Because of the point. He has a pointy hat. Right? Or it's like a unicorn demon with a single horn pointing out of his head. Like, yeah, all demons got two horns. This guy's unique. He got one horn.
So she goes on to talk about... Moving on.
Yeah.
So she goes on to talk about all the houses that are coming to the event. She talks about the 5 original houses, she talks about the IPs, and then she mentions all the IPs and then stops at the Jason house. And she mentions that the Jason Universe house is based on the protagonist from the Friday the 13th movies. Saul says the latter is one of the most intense Jason houses we've ever had. It's created by the team behind last year's nerve-wracking Insidious attraction and promises to be even more relentless with a gauntlet of Jasons, attacking guests as they visit key locations from the classic franchise. They'll even walk through the iconic mask. Saul says she believes there's something from every film, as well as the new, quote-unquote, new Jason that was recently revealed. I am truly hoping this isn't overhype. That Fast and Furious location really has me skeptical about all that. But maybe this is going to be a unexpected, great, scary house that they're hyping it up to be. And she's saying there's going to be something from every movie. I am very curious now. This has grabbed my attention.
Yeah, I don't know
what do you think about that.
I don't know. I'm thinking, is this some kind of debut for the new Jason design? Like,
in a way,
all of the old Jasons, they're lifting up this new guy on their shoulders. Has he even had an introduction yet, or this is it?
They have released a short film with him last week. But besides that, and like a line of toys, yeah, this could be like one of the biggest reveals for him. Yeah,
very interesting that this is where they're debuting their redesign, their new package.
It's part of the debut, I feel like, but
yeah, it's part of the rollout. It's part of the launch or whatever.
But they're still talking about how it's all the Jasons before,
mm-hmm.
And saying there's something from every movie, and it's going to be a gauntlet of Jasons, and they're going to be aggressive and coming after you from all angles. And I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see what they do. And there is a food booth that is put out for Jason.
What'd you say? Did you say food booth?
There's a food booth for Camp Crystal Lake. It's a little cabin, and there's going to be a Jason food booth. We don't know what food, but it's there.
What do you think it is? Jason ice cream. Jason. Ooh, what about just a hockey puck? like a brownie.
Yeah, if there's going to be a dessert, it might be of the mask or something. The hockey mask dessert, or like a machete cake. As far
Yeah,
as unique food items, I don't know. I don't know what would be at. I mean, maybe think of like a, I don't know, camping food somehow.
you know, it'd be cool as a sampler platter of whatever everything they got to offer because they're talking gauntlet adjacent. So why don't you give me a gauntlet of all your foods? That's what I want.
Possible. They could do that. Remember they got that sample platter of the desserts from the triplets last year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was something.
Yeah. That could be a thing. That could be a thing.
There's a precedent. All right, I want it.
All right. So you're really going to love this next one, James. You ready? Five Nights at Freddy's. We're very excited about working with the Jim Henson Creature Shop on all of our puppets and animatronics for every character in that.
Yes.
You're going to go into the pizzeria and see Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie all on the stage, which is super cool. Fans are also going to be able to eat at Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria for real, with plans to transform an established restaurant for the duration of the event. It's true. They're taking over Louie's Pizzeria, man. It's going to be... So that part was true, not the
Chuck E.
arcade
Cheese.
part.
Oh, that's so. Well, if it was between the two of them, I'd rather have the pizzeria. So I'm excited.
I know, but what do you think? How far do you think they're going to take it, though? Do you think they're just going to have a menu change and like a couple of like photo ops, or are they going to actually turn this into Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria? Like, do you think they'll build the stage with the characters somewhere in there? I don't know if there's room.
I don't think they would. You're talking about like to build animatronic characters,
like a Chuck E. Cheese stage, kind of, you know?
Yeah, a stage, yes. I don't know about, they're not going to put little robots, but maybe the people in the suits can, they'll have take turns, go up there and do the robot. Yeah, as far as the pizzeria experience, like I'm, like as Tina Fey would say, I want to go to there, and now we get to go to there. Like I'm so pumped. I get to eat next to Freddy. I get to like gross him out, like how fast I'm eating. I'm gonna stress out the robots.
I mean, I hope they're in there. I feel like
I'm picturing like Avengers Campus kind of deal. You know how they got the people in character walking around?
Yeah. And they used to have something like that at Horror Nights, but it was an extra ticketed thing. I don't think that's what this is going to be. I think it's just going to be a food option to go in there. But at the same time, like, I think it's going to be packed. Like,
yeah, I can't imagine too much engagement. Maybe a photo op in a corner, like maybe on the way out or something, but they can't really engage too much. They'll probably just walk around.
I feel like it's always going to be packed in there, no matter what. If it's not a separate ticketed thing, it's going to be slammed in there, especially with all the kids that love Five Nights at Freddy's.
Why not just stay in there all day? That's what everyone's going to think. Like a table opens up, they're going to just like own it.
Yeah.
Why not? Hey, and I was thinking of Jim Henson. I hadn't made this connection till now, but look at what is it, Muppet Vision 3D? It's like...
It just closed down.
Yeah, it's goodbyes and it's like hopes of revival in VR and all that drama. But Muppet Workshop, here we are over here, like a door closes over there, it opens for Freddy. So, I mean, I was just making a connection. I don't know.
Yeah, they moved to Halloween Horror Nights. Yes, James, you're right. But hey, in the actual house, we're going to for sure see the stage with the real live animatronics that Jim Henson created.
For real animatronics?
That's what it says. It says, we're very excited about working with the Jim Henson Creature Shop on all of our puppets and animatronics for every character. You're going to go into the pizzeria and see Freddy, Chica, and Bonnie all on the stage.
Dude, straight up Chuck E. Cheese robots. I'm into it.
Here's another question. What's the menu going to be? Is it going to be just regular pizza and pizza fries? Are they going to actually have special Five Nights at Freddy's pizza?
Here's my prediction. It's going to be nothing changed to the menu except for, aesthetic change and then a big souvenir, like a big cup or something.
You're right. Yeah, there might be a special.
But the food, they're not touching the food.
Well, I mean, you got to think all the food booths have their special food. Why not? This is technically the Five Nights at Freddy's food booth, except it's taken over a whole restaurant.
Yeah, as crowded as it is in there, it's not a food booth. I would imagine they're just assembly lining the stuff like pizza fried style.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
Especially as busy as they're expecting it to be. Do not touch the food. Just spit it out as quick as possible. That's my guess. But, always an opportunity to sell a pastry or some kind of upsell. The Freddy pizza. Maybe they arrange the pepperonis differently. Something simple. Simple and money squeezing. Yeah.
All right, moving down the article real quick. So she starts talking about Fallout and gives a lot of info about that, but I kind of don't want to reveal that on this podcast because it's giving away too much of the house.
Okay.
So
right.
I'll kind of leave that one out unless people want to go and read it themselves. What I will say is that she does say you're going to see everything you want to see out of the franchise, basically. And she says the scale of it is huge, which is interesting because it's in one of the new tents.
That's kind of a shame it's so spoilery, apparently.
I mean, she's talking about like everything that we're going to see, like every room. It seems like it's 2 paragraphs full of her saying what's in the house. So, I will say this part. Sauls notes this was all being created while the Fallout team were filming new episodes. I can't say what it is, but we're teasing their 2nd season at the end of the house. So there's going to be a little tease of what the 2nd season is going to entail at the end.
Nice. A little promo tie-in. Little teaser scoop.
Yeah. All right, now we get to the good part, the Terrifier info. They're really pushing this house this year. This and then the Wyatt 6 house. I mean, but they're really proud of this Terrifier house because most of what they talked about tonight at that convention was the Terrifier house and revealing a lot for it. But
well, do spill the tea or the blood.
Nice. So she says Terrifier is the result of a really great collaboration with creator and owner Damon Leone, with Sauls citing it as possibly the closest they've ever directly worked with a franchise owner or creator. The bravest of guests will step inside the Terrifier funhouse from the 2nd movie and be witness to a collection of Art the Clown's most grotesque kills. It could be the bloodiest house we've ever done in HHN history, Sauls grins. So much so, in fact, that they recommend wearing a poncho. In the final scene, Art's Symphony of Gore, you can choose the wet or dry path. Both are horrific in their own right, but if you go down that wet path, you will get wet. And it's not typical HHN wet. You will walk out of there soaked.
So maybe you get a couple drops, maybe, possibly.
You see, James, you were very skeptical about how much water they were going to put on us, and telling you, man, yeah. I think they're serious about this.
You know where I got stuck was in the logistics of the poncho. All right, you're trying to sell a mass-produced poncho, but they're just going to print the blood on the poncho. It's going to be like printed on it, duh.
Yeah.
And then the water will just be water. So there you go. And it'll be a lot of it. A lot of water.
So a little tidbit that they did say at tonight's convention panel is that you will get as soaked as the front row of the Jurassic Park River Adventure.
Oh my gosh. That's more than Shamu.
Here is my thought, and I think I've seen other people talk about this, is I feel like there is going to be complaints about this, no matter how much is shown about this is the wet path, this is the dry path. Somebody is not going to notice that that's a thing. They're going to go down the wet path, not knowing that they're going to get soaked, and they're going to complain. And they've done this before, where at the beginning of the event, something will be this big deal, big grand, and then they tone it down. I really feel like there's going to be a huge amount of water at the very beginning of the event, and toward the end, it's going to be nowhere near. It's going to be minimal.
Hey, so get there early before they tell them to behave.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it'll stick around. Maybe they won't care, but I think there's going to be complaints about just
and they're going to be aiming for the ankles. They're going to be aiming for the socks. Watch. I mean, a poncho is only going to do so much. What about your shoes, your socks? Oh no. Complaints, yeah. For sure. Your hokas.
She goes on to say it's his goriest kills with sometimes the HHN twist. We go there. You see that kill. So there is. I've mentioned this many times where I did not believe they were going to do that big kill from part 1. She straight up mentioned They did it. She says you do go into the bathroom. I think that's from the second movie. There are all kinds of smells. She talks about all the kills, certain kills that they're going to do. It's pretty gory. It might be the goriest house we've ever done. It stinks, and that stink permeates the whole soundstage, she says. That poop smell, man. It's going to be the poop
Bathroom. I think it's pronounced backrooms.
She also says, I like that you go through a tunnel of bleach where you have water effects thrown on you with the smell of bleach in the air.
Oh my gosh. I don't want no bleach on me.
Ooh.
Hey, well, that'll help with the blood.
Wait, she says tunnel. Is it the spinning tunnel? Do you think from Beetlejuice? Because that is a prop that they've used in many, many years, multiple years. So a tunnel of bleach where you have water effects thrown on you.
Look, I'm still blind to the movies and stuff, but what if they, the spinning tunnel, what if they had a body like propped, just suspended in the circle, just spinning, and you had to walk through the body, like between the arms and legs?
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cool. I know it probably has nothing to do with the upside down kill or what, but yeah.
So the next thing she talks about, I literally shouted out loud when I read it. I was like, ah!
Okay.
I'm so excited. This is a thing this year. I called it. I literally called it.
Oh.
It was something I wanted. I probably shouldn't say I called it, but it was something I really wanted, and I did mention it on this podcast.
All right.
You ready?
I think, yeah.
She says, we're also going to have Art the Clown stalking you everywhere you go into the park.
Okay, so he's floating around. He's out here.
He's going to be roaming around the streets, dude, just like Jack the Clown was at 30. He's going to be roaming the streets. We're going to get to interact with Art in the streets.
Yeah, it's I Spy, but like, please don't spy this guy.
Like, usually they miss so many opportunities. I think they're getting it this year. That everything that we said, they're probably not going to do it because it's a missed opportunity, and that's what they do. They're doing it.
Yeah, they're overdue to overcorrect, and there's a lot of overcorrection here. I'm excited for it.
Like, why wouldn't you have an Art the Clown roaming around? I mean, he doesn't say anything. He's already a mime, and he's funny. Mime. He'll be funny to interact with guests. So it's so perfect, dude. It really is.
Dude, and just... No, I don't know. I was going to say, get your old... What's his name? David S. Pumpkins. Just reward them with a break of silence.
Yeah.
I mean...
So she mentioned Art the Clown stalking you everywhere in the park. It says, noting that variations of the killer clown could appear in queues, stores, restaurants, and dark alleys that no one wants to go down. Okay, let's pick this apart real quick, right? Okay, first of all, the queues make sense. He's gonna appear when we're waiting in line. That's gonna be fun.
I want to add one.
Can you imagine you're there trying to pick a shirt in a gift shop? You're looking at a shirt, bring it down, and he's just there with his like eyebrows looking at you.
Oh, dude, or between the clothes, like in the center of the rack.
Have you ever seen that GIF where he's like has his arms crossed and he's leaning on like a wall and he does the eyebrow thing?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like that's what I'm picturing. Like you're looking at a shirt and then suddenly you just see him just standing right there. He's gonna go into some shops and do that, and then at restaurants where you're eating. Oh my god!
Next to the urinal.
I think somebody actually made that joke. I read it somewhere where like I can't wait to be on the crapper and just see him staring at me in the crack of the door.
Yeah.
But another thing to pick apart about this is the alleyways. Dark alleyways that nobody wants to go down. I don't know why I never thought of it. I kept saying Fallout for the alley, but it makes so much sense for Terrifier because at the beginning of part 2, he's walking down an alleyway, and I think even in part 1, there's some scenes in alleyways. So it totally makes sense that that's where I guess one of the food booths could be for him. I don't know. With that said, there is a Clown Cafe food truck or food booth. They didn't miss that opportunity either, but there is now a Clown Cafe food booth, but it's not in the alleyway. So are they going to do more than one Terrifier, or is it not Terrifier? Or is it not
Well,
going
it's
to be a
not.
food booth at all? Is it going to be just like a walkthrough experience or something?
It's not there yet, right? Like it still might, or no? It's like
There
too
there
too
is
late
there
in the game.
is there is a tent set up in that alleyway. So something is there. But I'm just saying, would they have multiple Terrifier food booths? I don't know.
What if it's a mobile? You know, he could push a hot dog stand. Around.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, wherever they decide to set up their Terra Fryer, I approve. You know, I trust their.
Well, Clown
Blueprint.
Cafe, and what's awesome is from the movie, the Clown Cafe was a actual like little trailer, food trailer thing, and they made it look exactly like it.
Yeah.
It's great. And the last thing she talks about is actually that they are already working on next year, and they've been doing it. She says, if guests survive, there's an impending 35th anniversary in 2026. We started in April, Sauls reveals. All 5 original content houses have already been approved. We're working on the SketchUp now. So they started early for the 35th.
Oh yeah.
So that could be a good thing too. They got some stuff planned. I mean, it's there's always a big anniversary every 5 years, so hopefully they go big. But will they top this year?
I don't know, but it's never too late to miss an opportunity, as we know. It's never too late. You can always miss.
I don't think they have so far. I do not. And I didn't even say, I mentioned the front zone, the freaking cat lady zone, man. Like, I've seen pictures of everything that's set up there. I feel like that's going to be my favorite zone. I'm going to be hanging out there all the time. Like, that's the new hangout, especially that there's more space in the courtyard. And
Yeah.
they built the whole cat lady house. And like, I feel like there's going to be a mini show there all the time. They got like that mini walk through haunted house on the side is like, almost looks like her barn or something. It's just so much stuff is upgraded this year. Like, there's so much detail that they put into that Central Park zone this year. Like, it looks like a hoarder's paradise. Like, this cat lady is a true hoarder, and it's all Halloween.
And I don't want to understate. I don't want to underappreciate that they're slapping respect on the entrance. You know, I mean, that square zone was a joke. I mean,
yeah,
you know, I've
and they know
already.
That.
I've beaten a dead horse already with this, and so has everyone else apparently. But yeah, a tiny little block as your big entrance. You know,
at
show some pride.
At one of at that very first panel they did, the Spooky Empire one, they straight up said we know that the scare zones weren't up to par last year, and we saw that, and we're gonna fix that this year. They literally said that. They knew. They knew what happened. They knew the mistake they made.
That entrance is going to be something. There's going to be no choice. There's going to be no option but to just crank it immediately.
Yeah.
From the entrance, from the get-go. That's how you do it.
Another little tidbit that came from tonight's panel, just one little small thing, is Orlando's Terrifier has the most bodies used in any house ever. So not only is it going to be the bloodiest, it's going to have the most dead bodies.
That's a big record.
Yep. Let me check something else. I have yet to watch this. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna stand up for this.
This was tonight.
So, you know Where's Waldo, right? I always thought it would be fun to do Where's Waldo like in a theme park. Except instead of Waldo, it's Art the Clown. So as you're traversing, if I may use that word, you just did. I did. As you're traversing the theme park, Art the Clown is out there. I'm not going to tell you where he is. You might be in a store. Yeah, you might be in a store, and you might turn around and he might be right behind you. You could go down, to the Universal Plaza and plop down and go, hey, it's time for a drink or it's time for some food. Look across from you and there's somebody just mad dogging you. Right? You could go down the Starway down to the lower lot of the park. He might be down there too. He could be anywhere. So what we're doing this on both coasts. That's correct. It's awesome to have a Terrifier haunted house, but we weren't satisfied with that. We were like, Art's such an awesome character. And we really truly believe this, guys. Damien and Phil. I mean, Mike and I grew up on Freddy, Jason, Leatherface, Michael Myers. We were like smack dab in the middle of the slashers. And there really hasn't been a worthy slasher icon until Art came around in a long, long time.
Hey, Victor Crowley. Don't forget about Victor Crowley. What's wrong with y'all?
This is Hatchet Eraser.
So, I don't know, Mike, if you want to add something else.
No, I mean, it is exactly what you said. We want Art to be everywhere we can possibly put him, and also never tell you when that's going to happen. You will encounter him when you least expect it. And that's the really fun thing. And that is the character. He's unpredictable. Yes. So we're proud that you all let us do this as well.
I love this so much.
Everything we're talking about here, Art in the Park, the house, is our loving tribute to the work that the two of you and your teams did to create this amazing film. Give it up, Art.
Dude, they're giving him his wings to soar.
Dude, I love it so much. Not only is he going to be roaming the streets, he's just going to pop up anywhere where we least expect it. Like we said, the freaking gift shops, or we'll just be chilling, sitting down somewhere, and he'll just appear.
Staring contest, go.
Like, what if they literally let him roam anywhere? Like, we'll just be sitting in a corner of the park where it's like silent. Like, we'll have our own corner and he's just staring at us, you know?
Yeah.
I look forward to what they're going to do with that. Like, exactly how they're pulling that off. I freaking love it so much, man. So much. 34. I think 34. Is it going to be our new favorite year, man? So cool.
Prospectively, yeah.
On paper, yeah.
Prospectively, I should reiterate. Hey, so there's one or a bunch of them going around, you know, like Megan Horde, but isolated.
I doubt they're only going to have one roaming the whole park. Maybe they will, but I feel like they should have multiple, like in separate areas of the park, you know? But who knows?
Yeah, capitalize on it, right?
It might just be one to make it like realistic. Like there's only one Art the Clown roaming around.
Yeah.
You don't know where he's going to pop up. And they made it sound like they're not going to tell you where he's going to be. To me, that sounds like there's not going to be a schedule of like, he'll be here at this time. He'll be there at that time, because everybody kind of like, they didn't reveal what time the Megans would show up at the two places, but people eventually caught on to the times and the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Would they just let him roam anywhere at any time?
Well, if they're doing a time window kind of deal, I would still want a handful of Art the Clowns within that window, because I mean, it's impossible to see duplicates if it's a limited window, and you know, because then there can be multiple sightings around this time, and then people will be thrown off by the exact location. I wouldn't want just one anyway, because you know, then he's so rare that he's going to be followed. There's only one. There he is. You know, keep an eye on him. And I don't know if it would just be a time window, or if it would be like throughout the day, like he's over here. Now he gets off, I don't know, the next shift to go to this person in this location, you know? Well, I guess we'll see. And then when we do see, I do want to compare it. I want to cross compare it with the Megan Horde and other relevant comparisons.
This is going to be way better than the Megan Horde. He's going to be out way more. The Megan Horde would do a 5-minute dance and then leave. He's going to be roaming around. This is more comparable to when Jack was roaming around the park at 30.
Okay.
So, except...
Yeah, I just want to keep track of the information, you know? Like, what are they building on? What are they changing?
Except Jack would appear in specific places. Like, there was only certain places he would show up, and it would be almost the same time all the time. This sounds like everywhere. Like, they included the gift shops, the restaurants, and alleyways and everything. So... it sounds like a free roaming, whatever he wants to do. Like, let the actor decide who to go freak out next.
I want to be inside at some point, and there's like the office building squares, you know, and I want him in the ceiling.
Just staring down at you.
Yeah, but you just catch him at the end when he's closing it.
With his shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
My biggest concern... Obviously, roaming scare actors always have security kind of roaming off to the side, just to be sure. But I feel like he's always going to draw a crowd. There's always going to be a crowd following him.
Yeah, that's why I don't want just one. That's a hazard.
Yeah. Everybody's going to want a picture with him. And I don't know. I'm curious to see how they pull it all off.
Yeah, time will tell.
Yeah. Okay, so let me go through just a couple of things of what this other article says. It's again, Laura Saul's saying all this stuff. She says it's going to be the biggest year yet. While the houses are incredibly immersive, she adds that the horror feel will extend all around the park. You're never going to feel like you're outside of the Horror Nights vibe. There's more theming, more lighting, different audio, more textures, maybe even more characters than ever before at any event they've ever done. It's a lot of the same stuff. See, I want to say this, but I feel like we're revealing too much of what we're going to see in the house. That's another Terrifier thing. It just sounds so cool.
You want to spoiler alert it, or
I mean, do you care?
Too juicy. I think I'll survive.
Okay, well,
I might even. I don't know if
we've already done a spoiler alert, but extra spoiler alert, just because this is just a bunch of details about the house. So these films are gore fest. This house might be the wettest, goriest house we've ever done. She said that before. We're supercharging all the water effects, which obviously is not real blood, but it's going to look like it. It's Art the Clown's most disgusting kills in a fun house environment. He is everywhere. What's great is that he's a mime. He doesn't speak, just a bag full of tricks. One of my favorite scenes is the Tunnel of Love. He's decapitated everyone and put them on the little floats. And at the end, there's his Symphony of Blood. You get to choose whether you want the wet path or the dry path.
So here's my confusion. He decapitated them and he put them back. So did he place the heads? Is that who the person is, or did they put the body with no head? That's
Ooh. You got a
who
point
is
there.
the person? He put the remains of the person, but where's the which end is the anyway?
And then she goes on to talk about El Artista. Artists who've lost their inspiration are drawn there, and the ghosts and demons take over their minds and drive them mad. They become part of the manor, says Sauls. That house actually inspired our overarching theme this year. There's a conservatory in that manor, and we thought, what if these statues from the conservatory are breaking out and taking over everything? We've also got Dollhouse, James's favorite. You're shrunk to the size of dolls. As soon as you walk in, you see a giant plug beside you. Lighting is made of oversized Christmas lights. It's super bright and colorful. Lila, the demented little girl, tortures her dolls, melts them, rips them apart, and then she starts torturing rats. You only see her in the video peering through the dollhouse window, so it forces that perspective.
Shout out Lila.
Shout out Lila.
Hey, those houses you just said, one is artists with a shrunken ego, right? Their inspiration is dwindling. And the next one, you're literally shrunken.
Ooh.
Two shrinky houses.
It all connects.
Yeah.
She talks about Hatchet and Chains. This one is set in a cow town with Western vibes and demons. But these demons don't just kill people, they pull people apart and climb inside of them. One of our masks features a human face ripped open with a demon emerging from the mouth. At the end, you'll see a moving train as Hatchet and Chains try to stop these demons from spreading across the country. It's wild. Then she says, meanwhile, in Galkin, Monsters of the North, visitors enter a Norse village where a shaman summons creatures from Norse fairy tales to attack the community. It's a very bloody house. You're going to see a 3-headed troll attacking wolves, and of course, the shaman herself. As the house progresses, you'll witness her bringing these creatures to life. She's essentially collecting them, and in the finale, she morphs into a massive beast and she consumes you. The final scene is just incredibly visceral. It's what we call SIF, stuff in your face, gooey, messy, just full-on chaos, because you're literally inside the belly of the beast.
I'm getting Viking vibes a little, but not exactly. But still, nonetheless.
Well, it sounds like she's going to eat us, and we're going to be actually inside of her actual belly, like the belly of the beast.
What do you think the exit is?
Oh,
yeah.
You get
Woo! You hear a flush sound on the way out. Flush.
So there's a whole separate paragraph and it's titled Technology with Impact. While there are more video elements this year, it isn't about having more screens, says Sauls. It's about how we're using them. The technology is now more advanced. We've always had an amazing video team, but this year we've welcomed some new additions who are pushing the boundaries of what we can do with screens. It's not that there are more screens, they're just used differently. The placement, the integration, the quality, it's all more sophisticated. So that's little interesting tidbit how it sounds like they're upping the technology a little bit in these houses.
Dude, I already expect so. I mean, if they're upping the fog and the laser lights, like those are little things that's expensive upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And they're taking time to throw money at the small details. Like I'm already on board. They're proving themselves with the little things. Yeah, big step ups. Like
you heard it here, folks. Like he's locked in. He's heard enough.
And I'm a hater. I'm the hater over here, and
they've turned you around, James. Like all this stuff, they've just completely amped everything up. They've turned everything around, and they've changed your mind.
So far so good. I got to go see for myself, but it's boding well.
Execution is key. Execution is key. So that's really where we're going to find out if this is the best year ever.
Yeah.
So one of her favorite uses of that tech is in Grave of Flesh. And this is kind of exciting because they haven't really talked a whole lot about Grave of Flesh. So let's see what it says. In our brainstorm meeting, we asked ourselves, what happens to us after we die? And of course, the Halloween Horror Nights version of that is not going to be pretty. In this house, you're attending your own funeral. You go to the cemetery, you get buried, and above you, you see your gravestone. You feel the dirt falling on you. That's cool. We're going to feel the dirt falling on us, and you smell it. It's that visceral. Then once you're buried, you find out what happens next. These flesh eaters come and rip the dead from their graves, dissecting them, tearing their flesh off. The further you go, the deeper underground you get, and they're just everywhere. It's intense.
I want to hear the ripping of the flesh. They better have some Velcro detail, some sound effects.
She's talking about how she loves the audio teams of the haunted houses, how they know exactly where to hide speakers and where to hang them and where to focus them so that you don't get a lot of bleed from one scene to the next. We can focus the sound where we need it. And then she mentions how well they did with A Quiet Place last year.
That is important. The noise bleed.
Mm-hmm.
Attention to detail. Hey, it's all sounding good, but where were these people, all these promises, when they dropped the ball, I'm just saying. I think it was just the focus was on the epic. I don't know.
Yeah, the budget wasn't there. I think they gave them more to work with, and they took away a scare zone so they could use the money on that 5th scare zone to just pour into 4 of them instead, and then have these minimal street experiences mixed in everywhere,
Heck yeah, and room to breathe.
Yeah,
is huge,
and it also spreads things out too. There's new experiences. There's 2 new experiences. There's more than one chainsaw horde apparently, and now we have Art the Clown roaming around. It's just way more. We have the Lagoon show back. It's more spread out now. That's what I'm seeing. I think there's just it's a lot better layout. So this is kind of interesting. She says, we listened to our fans. What they felt was missing in our street program last year, we heard them. That's why this year we're expanding that street program to be more immersive, never to let you feel like you've exited Horror Nights, and to give you all of those things: the audioscape, the lighting, the look, the feel, the tone. So that pretty much goes with what I just said. It feels like it feels like everything is filled up. Like all the spots are filled up. There's not going to be any nothing happening spots.
No filler episodes in this.
No filler episodes in this show. Yeah, it's really cool, and I'm really excited that she is talking about audio and lighting as well. That they've upped that. The lighting is interesting, but the audio. Previous years, it's been really quiet with like the background music that they play in the streets. Like the overall event music. And yeah. I always thought that like them cranking the music really added to it being there. Like the past couple years, it's been so quiet. So I hope they've improved that too.
Dude, and it's like glanced over. It seems like a small detail, the fog.
Yeah.
But that's iconic. That's not a small detail. That's like their whole thing is see you in the fog. The
Yeah.
fog is
They've
the event.
made merch with it. So yeah, they know what's up.
I mean, it's not an event without the fog. It's weird. Where's the fog? And that's a huge commitment. They're switching it up. They're like advancing the fog. Oh, that's big props. That's even a little scary, right? What if it's like too different? Like hashtag not my fog.
All right, and then she says we're bringing back Dead Coconut Club at City Walk this year with a whole new story and a whole new vibe. Every Halloween they create a whole new overlay, and that's the Coven. It's aimed at anyone who likes to be in a fun horror environment. It's where our fans can come and have a pregame drink. It's where if people don't want to stay until 2 a.m, they can come to the event early and leave a little early, enjoying a drink and a show before they go. Our annual pass holders love it. Our super fans get so excited for it. But I think it's for everybody, even someone that's like, I'm not going to Halloween Horror Nights tonight, but I want that vibe. It's spooky season from August to November.
That's where you go with your friend to be like, I'm not going out. And then 5 hours later, you have the best horror night ever.
Yep.
Montage.
And
Well, I hope it competes with last Dead Coconut Club. I really like the last one they did.
yeah, the poster that they've made for it, I love the colors of it. It's very purple, blue, purple colors. And that might kind of show what the vibe is going to be in there. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. Like some kind of, I don't know. We're going into a bar that's run by these witches, I guess. What's interesting is the poster, the letters almost look like Greek letters, like college letters. Like, is it going to be a sorority of witches?
Oh, sorority house.
There it is.
Interesting.
Doesn't this look kind of Greek?
Oh, yeah, a little. Yeah, no, definitely.
Even the crest, it's like on top of a crest. So.
Yeah, some kind of shield crest thing, yeah. Huh. Are we pledges? Are we going to get hazed? Hazed by some
we
witches.
We possibly could.
Hey, they're taking a note out of the Death Eaters book. They're going to be pinning people to the wall.
Probably.
They'll have the music already playing in real life, like in the background.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have the...
Well, James, there you have it. That is all the new information that they've given us. And like, it just keeps coming and coming. And I feel like they're going to drop more stuff on us this coming week. And if they do, we should jump back on and just tack it onto this episode. I have a strong feeling there could be a little bit more coming, but who knows?
Right.
It was a big surprise to even come back on for another episode. And we've talked for so long. I thought this was going to be a short episode, and it just never is. But
yeah,
it just shows that there is so much that they're doing this year, and they're really trying to make this the best year they've ever done. That's what it sounds like on paper with all the info they're giving us and the amount of hype they're giving us. They're really trying to push it. And I think because of that, it's going to be a crowded year, especially with Epic now open in its first year. People are going to want to, make the best of their trip and do Epic and Horror Nights. So everybody that hasn't been to Epic yet, it's going to pack up Epic and it's going to pack up Halloween Horror Nights.
It's going to be populous.
Populous, yes.
No doubt.
So let me hear your final thoughts, because this is going to be, we'll have one more episode to record as far as food goes, but as the overall event and the information we have before we see it, let me hear what you think. Like what's going on in that crazy mind.
Yeah, closing thoughts. Promises are only as good as their words. We have a reputation. They are already proven themselves over and over again. I got to stop holding grudges.
For last year?
Yeah. But no, it looks like it's going to be a very promising year regardless. Like it can only go. I'm saying there's no way they can fall short. At the very least, we're going to have a great year.
I think
so.
Yeah.
And then what they're promising is above and beyond. Mm-hmm. So like regardless, it's win. Like we're in for a treat.
Well said. Well said. I think at best it is going to be a really fun, incredible year. I remember specifically at 32 on our very first night we were experiencing the event, and ironically, it was before our Exorcist. We were walking into the line of Exorcist, your least favorite house, and it's on the live episode. You asked, "Do you think this is the best year we've ever done?" And I was like, you know what? I think it's one of them, but I'm not sure yet. Do you think you think that's going to happen again?
What you mean, like a false, in the moment?
Well, it wasn't really false. I'm just saying, do you think we're gonna be experiencing that event, and then we're actually gonna say, or you're gonna ask that question again, like, is this the best year?
You think like there'll be a moment where it's just peak,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's so good that you stop and you look around, and you're like in the moment.
Because
I see it happening this year, yeah.
In that moment on the recording, you said you think it is the best.
Yeah. Well, when you're in it and you're not looking back, you're only there experiencing what you are, and it was fun.
And I'm not downplaying the fact that it wasn't our number one when we did the campfire debates. I'm just saying, like, it was so good that we questioned if it was. And it's our second favorite. We've established that on those campfire debates. So it has a big chance. Yeah. It has a big chance to top everything. At least top 32.
It was still fun. It's still a blast while you're doing it, but then you look back and all the little standouts, the little obvious things, they kind of add up, they collect, and then they kind of change your perspective just in that, like, oh, look at all this that they missed. But, it's nothing against the time that you're having in the moment.
But we for sure did not have it at all last year.
Yeah.
I remember like starting the experience, like when we first walked in and doing the first couple houses, I almost immediately noticed something was up. It wasn't the same vibe, And you know what? I think it was me. I think I jinxed it. Because at the beginning of that particular live, I was like, I'm a little nervous that, we've been covering all this year, and what if it doesn't live up to the hype? And look what happened. I truly don't think that's going to happen for this year. There's just too much hype coming from the creative team. I've never been this hyped. I've never been this hyped for Halloween Horror Nights. I think there's just so much that they're promoting and offering that it can't go wrong. So
yeah, and this is not just smoking. I mean throwing, what is it? Blowing smoke up your butt.
Yeah,
up Universal's butt. Just logistically, even, it doesn't look like they can fall short. Really, like just do the math, and they're not gonna flop this time. There's too much going for it. I don't know. It looks like it, right? I mean, this is not like Fire Festival or that Willy Wonka experience where we're gonna show up and it's like one bouncy house.
That's true. Yeah.
This is, they got power behind their promises. They got money and focus and energy, and actually, dedicated attention this time. Now that what is it? Epic is running. They got that off its feet. Now we can focus again, I guess. I don't know. It's just, with our experience, it looks like they're going to make good on their promises so far. I mean, it's looking that way.
I love it, man. Love it. It's going to be a good year. I look forward to checking it out. So as of now, we are trying to plan a first trip sometime mid-September, and then we'll do our usual end of October trip. So it's not guaranteed that we're going to do that September one. We are for sure doing the October one, but we're really trying to make that happen so we can record the live episode a little early on in the season and experience the event early on, and really make use of that expensive Frequent Fear Plus with Express Pass.
Yeah, whoever wants to break bread with me, I want to do some food reviews. So like whoever's down, like especially the Princess and the Bear. I like those guys. I want to eat with them.
Yeah, it'd be fun to have a quick guest on for a food review during the live.
Food.
Just an overall quick review of the event so far,
Doesn't have to be food.
Yeah, if we bump into anybody, we love to hear everybody's thoughts of what they think at that point in time. So That'd be cool. But we're fast approaching the event, and it's very exciting. The premium Scream night is the 28th of this month, in just a couple of weeks, and then the following day is the official first day of Horror Nights. The employee preview is probably the day before or 2 days before. So it's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday of that week. That's when everybody really gets the very first insight of what the event is like, because employees will post on Twitter about their experience. And then the week beforehand, that's this coming week, I think as of this recording, tomorrow might be the start of those behind the scenes tours, because they're starting a week before the event starts. So I think that starts tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So everything
behind the scenes tour, is that the unmasked, or that's going around everything?
The unmasking tour, where people they're going to be able to see 3 of the haunted houses before the event even opens, which I don't get, but that is an option that people are doing. So yeah, I think that starts this week. So we are that close. It's literally right there. So very exciting stuff, and I can't wait. So yeah, be on the lookout for that food episode coming out very, very soon. And when that live episode will drop, we're going to be dropping that. Please follow us on all our social medias, on Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky, and Threads. And that's at HHN Obsession. And if you would be so kind, and please, please, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast and Spotify. It really helps us out. And of course, follow us on those platforms as well, on the podcast platforms.
If there's any research and development or recruiters or whatever people listening, I only care about the food events. Give me the food preview. Invite me to those. I need nothing else. Just give me an invite. I will go hype up your food. I'll go try out all of it.
Not the event, just the food.
Yeah, that's the invite I'm looking for. Okay, so anyways, y'all be excellent to each other and invite me to food things, and be excellent to yourself as well also.
And we'll see you in the conservatory.
The foggy one with the fog. A new fog, apparently. Ooh.
You're damn right. Just wait a while, giving you the hip at your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hip at your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hip at your face now. Wait a while, giving you the hip at your face now. Wait a while.
Hey everyone, just wanted to give a quick shout out to my good friend Zach Weber, who provided our intro and outro song, Heebie Jeebies. You can listen to the full version of Heebie Jeebies on iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, or anywhere where you listen to your favorite music. Thanks for listening.